Today we're talking to St Albans City manager Ian Allinson in deepest, darkest Essex, where the Saints' playoff bid has stumbled a little bit with a 2-1 defeat away to Concord Rangers. They came in, we got off to a dreadful start, 2-0 down in 18 minutes, but before then we'd had a few corners in the first few minutes and a free kick, but delivery was poor and that quality was lacking all day.
Yeah, I think it was, as I said before, there's no lie to it. It's been like that probably for the last 10 games, and we've got away with it. Today we haven't got away with it. We've been paid for poor quality, poor decision making, and it probably all happened in that first 20-25 minutes. Because after that, I thought we took the game to Concord, got back to 2-1, and I thought we'd get something out of it. But as I say, we can't give teams that are in and around the area with us like these are a 2-goal start, because they did the antics that we expected, that they would time waste, just literally cause a few problems in terms of where the referee is. And for me, today we've been punished for allowing them to get in front and making the two mistakes. And when we did get the opportunity, the quality of our set pieces were really poor. Every ball we hit went straight into the goalkeeper's hands, and unfortunately we need to be better than that.
And because of that, we had limited opportunities to rescue the game.
Yeah, you've got to say they defended well. They defended in numbers. They got bodies behind. I felt the substitution they made at half-time was a really good substitution. They put Lee Minshall in there, who gave them a holding role. I felt up to half-time we were really on top. I felt we were taking the game to them, and we could have quite easily gone in at 2-2. But again, as I said there, we probably had more corners in the first half than we've had for the last 10 games, and yet every ball we took and every corner we took, or the quality of the free kick we put in, we either didn't miss the first man or we overhit it. So it's difficult at this stage of the season to say we need to go and work on them, because we've got 5 days to go before the Torquay game, and in between that obviously we've got a Senior Cup final against Boreham Wood, so it's going to be very difficult.
As a spectacle, the game, as we said, wasn't great, but when you look at our injury list, you've got some quality players missing for a long time. Well,
it's no coincidence when we brought Scotty Short, and I felt our performance has improved again. But unfortunately, losing him at the moment, he's obviously made the bench today, but he needs to do a good 4 or 5 days of training now to see if we can get him back for Saturday. But he was the one replacement we brought in for David Noble, and we have lacked a little bit of quality in that area. But that's not to say that I thought David Deheju and Clovis and Solomon, I thought they were outstanding today. They've had a real battle up in there, and they've done a great job for us. Unfortunately, we've not had enough quality going forward, and when we did get the set pieces or the free kicks, our quality in the box hasn't been good enough, and that's probably what's cost us in the end. Plus, as I said to you, we've made 2 terrible mistakes in terms of we expect more from players for the first goal and the second goal, and even in the second half, what I said about our mistakes at half time. Dean's dropped one there again, and I know they've scored it, but it's been given offside. So we've made 3 howlers today, and it's cost us 3 goals, where the previous 10 games we haven't made many mistakes and we've stayed in the game. And while you stay in the game, you've always got an opportunity to get something out of it.
Everyone's a bit down at the moment, but thanks to Billericay conceding a couple of late goals today, we're still in with a shout. They are at home to Bath City on the final day of the season. We're at home to Torquay United. They've lost a couple in a row. It's still all there to play for. We've still got a chance.
Well, I just said to the players, I think if we beat Torquay, we'll get in the playoffs. I really believe that. I can't be down. I've got to be positive, because I've got a change room to lead there. They need to be led. As I say, we've got a difficult game on Wednesday at Boreham Wood, but we have to take that and get on with that. And then we have to plan and prepare for Torquay. But as I've said all along, you look at Bath now. Bath want to be at home in the semi-finals. So if they win, they've got a great opportunity of being at home in the semi-final. If they get beat by Billericay, they might fall out of that and be an away game. So there's loads to play, and I really believe. I think if we can go and beat Torquay next week, I think we'll be in the playoffs by 4:45. Is it 4:45, 10:05, 5:05, or 5:05? Because I don't know how much the referees play these days, but we've just had 3 minutes played there for about 6 substitutions and 3 injuries, and 3 minutes was played. So I don't know how long the games go on these days, David. You'll have to tell me.
Well, that referee, we've had him 5 times in the past, and we've won all 5. I felt today he could have just been a little bit stronger, stamped his authority on the game a bit more. I know you've got to be guarded on what you say.
I think you're dead right, David. As I said before, I think it was a massive game, and me personally, I didn't think it was reffed as a massive game today. I think there was too much that went on, that too many people got away with stuff, and it should have been stamped on very early. But listen, we've got beat. Everyone will say it's sour grapes from me, so we have to wipe our faces and plan for Wednesday first and foremost, and then Saturday after that. So there's nothing we can do. We've made the mistakes. we've had players that have not performed to the level they've done for the last 10 games, and that's the reason why we've got beat today. Not because of the referee, but you're right, he could have been a lot stronger than what he was.
Right, Wednesday, Hart Senior Cup away to Boreham Wood. A match for them, nice to round the season off with a trophy. For us, it's coming at a rotten time because we've still got that big game with Torquay coming up.
Yeah, without a shadow of doubt. But as I said before, football's not easy, and I certainly at this stage of the season are so pleased we've got something to play for first and foremost. We've got to look at what we need, see who's picked up knocks today, see who hasn't, and then plan for Wednesday first and foremost, and then I can plan for Saturday after Wednesday. But to be at this stage of the season, going into the last 6 days, we have so much to play for, and it's a fabulous time of the year for everybody. So let's try and make that we win a trophy on Wednesday night, and then we get in the playoffs on Saturday, because that will finish off for me an average season, because I don't think we ever really hit any heights here in terms of the quality of football we've played. But we've certainly had a team here that's gone and worked extremely hard, and don't know when they're beaten. They perform to a level that probably most teams don't see at this level, and they just work extremely hard, and they rely on the stuff that's got them through it. Unfortunately today, as I keep saying it, is that mistakes today have cost us, where in the previous 9-10 games we haven't made the amount of mistakes as we've made today.
You talked about quality of area and maybe not being as high as you would have liked this season, and the fact we went out with 2 major cup competitions to lower league opposition. Does that suggest that the National League South maybe not as strong as it could be at the moment?
No, I don't think so, because then you could say, why did Woking get to the 3rd round proper and play Watford? So I think at the end of the day, you've got to take your medicine when you get it, and I think there was a few things going on at the football club that weren't quite right at the time. We were changing personnel. We had personnel that were coming in and going, and we just didn't settle the side down at all. I think the squad was too big at the time, so we're trying to keep everybody happy. But unfortunately, them things have gone now. We can't do nothing about that. That was back in October and November. But I can't, as I said before, this bunch of players, and you've got to remember, Ben Hurd and David Noble and Scotty Shorten and Richard Show Silver, and I probably missed one out there, all sitting, can't even be involved because of the injuries they've picked up. So we can whinge and moan about injuries, but we've lost some real quality there, and that would probably be the difference between the bit more quality that we need in this side at the moment than what we're showing. But no one can take away the heart, the desire and the commitment that they're showing, because they've run through brick walls for us. We've just not been good enough in terms of the quality, and that's the difference, I feel.
Our supporters today were quite magnificent.
They were brilliant. From the first whistle when we came out, we got behind them, they got behind us, they sang the whole game. It's just a shame we couldn't have given them something, but trust me, they turn up on Saturday. We've got to get a number in there now, because we know there's a number coming from Torquay, so we've got to make sure we get more than them in there. We've got to get behind the team, and as I said all along, I really believe that Billericay will lose something against Bath in terms of whether win or draw. But I think if we win on Saturday, I think we'll have a great chance of getting into the playoffs. And the only way we're going to do that is get the crowd behind us, get everyone behind us supporting us, and see if we can go and get a result.
What's it going to be like for you on Wednesday, going back to Boreham Wood?
It's different, I suppose, in terms of where we are, but that's 3 years now in the past, so we've got to go there as a manager of St Albans and try and win the game, which is the most important thing. But I've also got to take into consideration the players' welfare, in the way they are in terms of their injuries and what we've got. So, we'll have to see where we are first and foremost. But certainly, I want to go there and win the game, and also want to beat Torquay on Saturday and then see where we are. We're going into next week.
Lovely. Thanks so much, Ian.
Thank
So
you,
there we are,
David.
defeat for the Saints today down at Concord Rangers, but we've still got a cracking end of the season to come. Away to Boreham Wood on Wednesday night in the Hart Senior Cup. Kick-off is at 7:45, and then the big league game against Torquay United at Clarence Park next Saturday, the 27th of April. That'll be a 3 o'clock kick-off.